Hey! In this video we do questions and answers about aircraft reciprocating engines. We leave a pause after every question so you can answer. Let's start. Question 1. If an engine with a stroke of 6 inches is operated at 2000 rpm, the piston movement within the cylinder will be. The piston in a reciprocating engine is not moving when it is at the top and bottom of its stroke. As it leaves top dead center, it accelerates from zero velocity to a maximum velocity, which is reached when it is 90 degrees beyond top dead center. It then decelerates to zero velocity at bottom dead center. Question 2. How may it be determined that a reciprocating engine with a dry sump is pre-oiled sufficiently? The engine AL PREPARE POWEPLNAT, when pre-oiling a dry sump reciprocating engine, you know there is oil in all the passages when oil flows from the engine return line or from the port to which the oil pressure gauge is connected. Question 3. What will be the likely result if the piston ring gaps happen to be aligned when performing a differential pressure compression check on a cylinder? The joints of the piston rings must be staggered around the circumference of the piston in which they are installed to reduce blowby. If the gaps are not staggered, a differential compression check will give the indication of worn or defective rings. Question 4. One of the best indicators of reciprocating engine combustion chamber problems is the condition of the spark plugs taken from the cylinders of a reciprocating engine is a good indicator of the condition of the combustion chamber of the engine. Spark plugs can show when detonation has been occurring, and they can show up in excessively worn valve guide and induction system filter leaks. Question 5. Engine crankshaft runout is usually checked? Crankshaft runout is checked to determine whether the crankshaft of a reciprocating engine is bent. Crankshaft runout is checked during each engine overhaul and after each sudden stoppage of the engine. Question 6. What is the best indication of worn valve guides? High oil consumption is the only alternative that would indicate worn valve guides. When the valve guide wears, oil from the rocker box flows down the valve stem and is burned. Question 7. What does valve overlap promote? Valve overlap is the portion of crankshaft rotation during which both the intake and the exhaust valves are off of their seats at the same time. Adequate valve overlap increases the volumetric efficiency of the engine. It aids in the scavenging of the burned exhaust gases, and it gives the engine better cooling characteristics. This is done by ensuring that the fuel-air charge in the cylinder is rich enough for proper operation and not diluted with exhaust gases. Question 8. Which statement pertaining to fuel-air ratios is true? The fuel-air mixture used for the engine to produce its best power is richer. There is more fuel for the air than a mixture that gives the maximum economy. The best power mixture is about a 12-to-1 mixture, 12 parts of air to 1 part of fuel, and the maximum economy mixture is about 16-to-1. Question 9. The volume of a cylinder equals 70 cubic inches when the piston is at bottom center. When the piston is at the top of the cylinder, the volume equals 10 cubic inches. What is the compression ratio? An aircraft engine produces power by converting the chemical energy in the fuel into heat energy as the fuel-air mixture is burned inside the engine cylinders. The efficiency of this energy interchange is determined by the ratio between weight of the air and the weight of the fuel in the mixture. The air at high altitude is less dense, weighs less than the air at sea level, and the fuel metered into the same volume of air will cause the fuel-air mixture at high altitude to become excessively rich. There will be too many pounds of fuel per pound of air for the most efficient production of power. Question 10. Excessive valve clearances will cause the duration of valve opening to. Excessive valve clearance will cause the valves to remain open for a shorter period of time than they would have with a normal clearance. The cam must turn farther to open the valve, and the valve will close before the cam has turned to the correct valve closing position. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We make more videos about aircraft oral studies. See you in the next video.